Well, good evening, everybody. I want to get started as soon as possible. We have a lot to go through this evening, and would like to have some time for questions at the end. So want to just kind of jump in, and those that come in a little bit late, this is recorded, so they can kind of pick up on it at their leisure. The beauty of recording these events. Let me start off with talking about district conference. We're just talking with the AGs about it and stuff. We currently have 28 of the presidents signed up for the district conference, and the easy math is that we've got 25 presidents that have yet to sign up for the district conference. Now, I've heard from some of the presidents that can't make it because of other obligations. I get that, but we do need to make a push to get the presidents signed up. We're not anywhere near at capacity yet. Well, we've got 171 full participants, and we have the capacity for about 250. So we're not at capacity, but I don't want anybody left out because they waited too late to sign up. So please do get signed up as soon as you possibly can. And we actually have 6 clubs that don't even have a representative signed up yet for the district conference, and really need a representative from every club at the district conference. District conference is all about the clubs, the members, the presidents, the accomplishments. It's really not about what the district has done. It's all about the clubs, and we really want to celebrate those accomplishments. And don't underestimate your accomplishments. It's just so important for your members to be recognized. And it's not about winning, club of the year, small, medium, large. It's about participating in the process and the importance of recognizing those folks at the end of the year, celebrating their accomplishments, small, or large. We just need to recognize their accomplishments, and we need to have fun doing it. I think we've got a good, fun district conference put together. Friday night is Kanakapila night that Benson and Rotary Club of South Hilo is putting on. It'll be a cultural event. It's for a couple hours over on Coconut Island. We'll have the island to ourselves. And we're expecting 250, 300 people to attend the event. We'll have live entertainment. We'll have, like I mentioned, we'll have some cultural shows. So it'll be a good, relaxed, fun way to have a little fellowship and connect with your fellow Rotarians. So please do, if you haven't signed up yet, get signed up as soon as possible. And one of the things that we're doing this year is we're going to try and up the awards presentations and stuff to celebrate more about the accomplishments from each one of the clubs. We want to showcase the projects that each one of the clubs out there are doing. I was sharing with the AGs. I was over in Kona a couple of weeks ago, and they do an event over there that I was just taken back on the amount of commitment and how quietly they have done that, which they probably haven't done as good a job with the PI as I would like to see, but they feed the homeless every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, they missed a couple during the pandemic, but for the most part, they do it every Wednesday night. they coordinate getting all the food and the preparation and everything. And they're not a super large club, which is just, to me, it's amazing. And they feed 300 plus people a night, every Wednesday night at Calico High School in Kona. Heck, I didn't know about that, but it's just an example of what we need to be showcasing at the district conference. So all of you get to see what everybody else is doing, because each one of you are doing something along those lines that are significant. So whether you have a table or a poster board, you know, whatever we do, it's just very, very important that we celebrate that there. And speaking of award submissions, you know, I want to just remind folks to submit the awards. And submitting the awards is not about you; it's about your club. It's not about me. It's about the clubs and the club members, and to recognize folks for having done you know, a significant job. And there's some clubs out there that never submit an award because they think, well, you know, we're not about awards, and I couldn't agree with that more. But I use this example of the Volcano Club that that they never submitted an award for many years. And I finally convinced them because they're strictly a community service work a club. That's all they do. So I finally convinced them to submit for, if nothing else, just for the community service award. Well, they did that a couple of years ago, and they won Small Club Community Service Club of the Year. And for a small club, country club that really didn't care about awards, you wouldn't believe how much joy the club had in getting that little banner, you know, Rotary Club of the Year Community Service. So I think there's a lot of clubs out there that's that way. So the award system is not about boasting. It's about showcasing, you know, the great things that we do out there every year. So, and with that, I'll move on to my next bullet point. Of course, I know folks are very, very busy. We got RILA coming up this weekend. I think all the islands have RILA. Well, Kauai doesn't have RILA this weekend, but all the rest of the clubs do. I think Maui is this weekend also, right, Mariko?
We already had one last weekend.
Oh, RILA is already. Yeah. Well, my apologies for not knowing that. But I know Oahu and Big Island, East Hawaii, or all of the island of Hawaii, because the two East and West side come together to do the event up at KMC. So got a lot of folks over here stressing out about RILA, as they are on Oahu also, because that's going to be up at Homalani. So it'll be a significant event for your presidents and your RILA participants. Just a reminder, you know, April is Rotarians at Work Day. You know, you know, start thinking about now what your projects are going to be for April. It doesn't have to be on that particular day, but would like to have all the clubs participating in at Rotarians at Work Day in April. For those who didn't know, you know, we had international project in Nepal that took place in December. It was absolutely very well executed and very well appreciated event that they did in Nepal. We have Fiji coming up that's being planned this year, and depending upon when our funding comes through and when we can order the photovoltaic for that school down in Fiji, will depend upon what month we actually execute it. My best guess is going to be June, July, August timeframe. because we're still working through the global grant funding approval. Once we get it, then we order the parts, and then we know about how long it will take to get there and get installed. You and any of your members are more than welcome to come down with us. We've had a lot of interest in folks wanting to come down on that project. We'll do more than just the official handoff, throwing the switch on the school for the photovoltaic to go into production there. We'll do some literacy. We'll do some community service projects and other projects while we're down there. So, and like I said, hoping that we're able to do that in June, but reality maybe July, August, September timeframe, depending upon the backlog of how long it'll take to get the equipment shipped in there. You know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about membership a little bit. And I know most of you know that I'm going to talk about membership a little bit. Yeah, it's absolutely my favorite subject to talk about. You know, we're doing pretty good in membership. We have 29 of the 53 clubs have positive membership on their rolls right now. We got 7 clubs that are at break even. So, you know, we got 36 out of 43 clubs that are doing okay. Some doing very, very good. And you know, my commitment or my goal for the year was twofold. One, that I wanted all the clubs to finish with a net increase of 1. And my overall goal for membership was a increase of 10% for the district this year, and that would be 140 new members. I can tell you right now, as far as the zone goes, we're number 3 in the zone as far as membership goes. You know, so we are doing quite well. I don't know as we're doing so well as that many of the other districts are not doing so well. So we had a great membership training on Saturday. If you weren't able to attend that training, it was recorded, so you can pick up on the training at your convenience. You don't have to listen to all 90 minutes of it in one setting. The beauty of a recording, you just listen to however long you want to listen to it, and then you can come right back to it. But it was recorded. Take a listen. I think there was some very, very good training that came out of there. You know, that the most important piece to me on the training was the emphasis that you have to have a map. You have to have a membership action plan in order to ensure that you have a positive finish for the year. None of our clubs are down in membership to the point where I don't think that, or I think that, you know, that they won't be able to make a positive finish at the end of the year. We do have 17 clubs that do need some help, but of those 17, I can tell you, I know of 4 or 5 that already have a very good map, and they already have members in the roles that they're going to bring on, so they will finish the year positive. So, yep, I do watch it on a regular basis. And I'm proud of how we're doing so far this year. We just need to continue to push all the way up to 30 June. You know, have those maps put together, and let's see if we can't make a difference in the district. You know, one thing I wanted to talk about briefly, and I mentioned it at PETS this past week, is the installations. You know, each one of you should have an idea on when you're going to do your installation. Don't wait. You know, go ahead and commit to a date, and then get that date to mark. Well, it's not your installation, obviously, it's your PE's, but you're obviously participating in the installation. But get that date to mark. And just, a bit of Rotary protocol. The first person to ask to do your installation should be your district governor. Well, your district governor elect, because Mark doesn't take over till 1 July. But that's your first ask, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be whenever you're asking somebody to do an installation or an induction of a new member. It should go to the district governor first, and then to others if you're asking somebody outside of your club to do an installation or an induction. So just a little bit of Rotary protocol that I had mentioned to me back whenever I was a PE, and Gloria King was the district executive secretary, I think, was her role with Clint. And she was very, very cool about it, but she reminded me of, there's not a whole lot of protocols that we have to deal with in Rotary, but there are a couple that are important. So like I said, yeah, get your installations, get your PEs to commit to an installation date. And then, in my opinion, the best person to ask is your district governor. So I think Mark will do an excellent job installing your PEs. Let's see. If any of the AGs have an interest or a need for me to address folks in their area, and or if you want me to come and speak at your club to give kind of a mid-year review, and obviously we're well beyond the mid-year, and we're heading into the last 5 months. Well, we are in the last 5 months of our year. But if any of you need a guest speaker, and you'd like for me to come in and kind of give a report on the status of the district, just let me know, and I'll be happy to come and if I can squeeze it in my schedule. I've got some that I'm already doing, but more than happy to entertain other requests. So we're only at 6:18. I've talked about the district conference. Oh, the foundation event. I wanted to talk about that briefly. Those events are coming up on all four of the major islands, and just want to make sure that as much as possible to endorse those events. Support your foundation chairs, push that information out so all your members know the foundation event is coming up, and what to expect from it. Some may shy away from it because foundation seems to be a hard concept for folks to understand. So all the more the reason that they should attend the foundation event, where we, of course, we have the 2 zone representatives coming in to speak. But we have an excellent event going on over here in East Hawaii. By the way, I will attend all of the foundation events. Obviously, the one here in East Hawaii, one in West Hawaii, and in Maui and Kauai. I'll be at each one of those. Not that I think that I need to be there, but I want to be there to support the foundation and what John and Shirley are bringing to us to talk about during the foundation event. Maui has a excellent event with 50 plus folks already signed up for it. Here on the Big Island, East Hawaii, I think we've got 40 plus signed up for the event in Hilo. And then we're over to the west side, Astoria side, on Saturday for a brunch event over there. So none of the 2 events are really alike. They're really unique, which, speaks very, very highly of Hawaii and how we're doing things. So with that, I wanted to kind of open it up to questions, or first open it up to Naomi Benson, see if they have anything to add, and we'll open it up to questions.
I wanted to add some things to what you said, going to the awards. There are awards that presidents can give to your people that you want to recognize. And so at the end of the year, it's an installation for the incoming president, but it's also a wrap up for your year. So at that time, you can present awards. So for the Spirit and what's the other one? The Spirit and the Quiet Rotarian, there's no write-up. All you need to do is put their name on the checklist and you'll get a certificate at district conference, and you present that at your wrap-up event. So there are also avenues of service. So you can request an avenue of service for each avenue for your chairs. So it doesn't have to be a chair. If somebody did something really outstanding in one of the avenues, you go to the Rotary International website, put in their information, and that goes to Randy. Randy approves it, and then you'll get a certificate that you can present at your event. Okay, there's also foundation service. So someone who's really great in foundation, you can ask for a certificate. So go online and get those certificates for your people that did something really great for your club. So there are two new ones this year: the significant project and the multi-club project. So we're looking for really big, impactful projects, and these are the ones that we're going to highlight on Saturday night with the like the Academy Awards kind of thing. So it's really, Randy really wanted to highlight the projects that people are doing, that the impact that they make on the community. So please, if you see your clubs doing something good, please encourage them to submit that, and that is due on March 31st for the significant projects, because the top nominees will be able to get a video of the project that Ryan Kawamoto is going to help with. And if you're the winner, Ryan will turn that video into something that your club can use for promoting your club. Okay, so that's one of the perks of winning those awards. Okay, so if you can also, for district conference, please let your AGs know if you're going to take a House of Friendship table, and if you have someone to recognize for the celebration of life, because we want to make sure that we, for celebration of life, that we did account for everybody who passed this year, and that's from the last district conference, if we didn't recognize them at that time. Okay, for the fireside chats, if you know of someone in your club that's has high potential to give large dollars to the endowment fund or the Rotary Foundation, those are the ones that we want to be invited to the fireside chat, so that they can have a small group awareness of what is available at Rotary. So if you know of anybody in your club that you can identify, please let whoever's coordinating that fireside chat in your area know to invite that person. Okay, so Benson, you want to cover transition and training?
Yes, I do. Okay, just couple things real quick. So we finished PETS training, and some of you, like Kelsey there, got to go to PETS again, so that was fun. So we have an excited group of 53 new presidents, and even some of the Hanaho presidents that are coming back again looked excited to be doing that again. Now, Kelsey posted in the chat that if you're a Hanaho president, you need to have an induction, and Doug gave a really good answer to that. If you want to look at it in the chat, you can use that event. I mean, obviously you don't need to be inducted again as president, but you can use that event to introduce your new board, your new committee people, talk about all of the accomplishments that you've made over the year. If you're going to be the president again, certainly could talk about the things you're planning to do in the coming years. So it will be just a nice event to kind of wrap up 1 year and get ready for the next year. So the answer is you should probably do something at the end of the year to sort of marks the end of the year and the beginning of the new year. So I'll let Randy and Naomi add anything on to that, but I know that when I was a Honorable President, we did take that opportunity to talk a little bit about what happened in the past year and what was going to go forward in the new year. Okay, so let's talk about training. So if you're an existing president, now a sitting president, what we have been telling the incoming new PEs is that now is the time to start sitting with your existing president. And the first thing that you really should be talking about are goals. And this is a larger conversation that can include the board. But now it's February, middle of February. You should be talking about goals in terms of, all right, so what goals have we set for the year that we still have time to accomplish? And it should actually be almost like most of them. So you should be able to figure out pretty quickly what goals that you guys are going to be able to finish up by the end of June. Now, there may be some goals that you may not quite hit, but it might be goals that you can push forward into the next year. So it'd be a great exercise for those of you who are sitting presidents, if you could sit down with your PE, one, to make sure they do have a My Rotary account, because you can't really do goals without that. And then sit down and look at the goals that you have set and see where the incoming president wants to line up their goals, because getting those goals set up and installed in My Rotary really helps to cement the direction going forward. As far as the transition goes, when we were at PETS, we talked about the importance of getting the calendar down. And I got to tell you that, the clubs that tend to do really well are the clubs that have a really well-planned calendar. So, help your incoming president, or if you're the incoming president, take a look at those first 3 months of the year, July, August, and September, and make sure that you have as much of it planned as possible, so that the new president, when they take the gavel July 1, that they're rocking and rolling and going forward. Now, one of the things that Randy's been talking about the whole year is membership, right? And he's been encouraging all clubs to advance their membership. But the net amount, the number we're actually gonna get, is really gonna be based on, how many people we're gonna lose in June, because typically right at the end of the Rotary year, the clubs are starting to clean up their rosters. So one of the things that we're going to try to do here, at least on the training side, is to really work heavily in the month of May and June to really promote Rotary, right? Because if this is the year, if those are the months, May and June, where people are thinking about, well, should I continue Rotary? Should I drop out of Rotary? Now if something happens and they move or they pass away, there's nothing you can do about that. But that would be the time of the year where you really want to try to build value for Rotary in your clubs. Do club socials. I know in our club, we'd have an end of the year thing right after a major fundraiser, where it will be kind of a thank you to all of our club members, for all the things that we've accomplished. So look at the focus of the last 2 months of the Rotary year, May and June. And, basically it's about making sure that everybody sees a sense of value. When we had a workshop just this past weekend, and one of the RI people came to talk about membership at our workshop. And I remember that the two things she said is the reason why people stay in Rotary is, one, they make a friend, and two, they see value in their club. And then ultimately they have a good club experience. So couple of calendar things. The end of March and the beginning of April. The end of March, we're going to do our Vibrant Clubs workshop. And the Vibrant Clubs workshop is really the strategic planning workshop that we do for all clubs in the district. And one of the things that we've tried really hard to do is to make sure that every club has a strategic plan going into the next year, and that the board members understand that it's their job to be accountable for that. So we're going to have at least 2 more board trainings between now and the end of the year. So if you've got a new board or new board members, try to make every attempt to attend. So March 25th, Vibrant Clubs, and then April 1st and April 9th are our spring assemblies, where we're going to have a lot of just typical Rotary training stuff like foundation, membership, public image, all of that. But we will have other things, position-specific workshops, like workshops for new treasurers, new secretaries, who are really crucial within the club. And then we'll be having starting in March, transition training once a month, where we're going to try to bring together the PE and the existing president. And if you're both of these people, then that makes it easier to attend, right? Everybody to attend. And we're going to be talking about transitioning, getting the year finished up solid and strong, and then getting a good start on the next year. So that's what's kind of coming up. And so I don't know if you want to add anything, Naomi, onto that, or Randy.
Yeah, the club trainer is really instrumental in all of this, because the club trainer can help with that transition and getting the new board members in trained, and getting the the people who need to go to those trainings there. So club trainers are really, really important, right, Alan? Alan's a club trainer, right? Alan said club trainers are like the co-pilot for the president, and so use that club trainer to help with that transition and getting the training down to the club level. Wanted to oh, Benson, are you done with the transition? I wanted to talk about grants.
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, so the grant money that you folks got, you people got, we're not supposed to say guys, right? Anka. So the grant money that you received, and hopefully you did receive it, needs to be spent this Rotary year. The final report is due May 31st. So please work on the project so that you can get the projects done. You get the money spent, and you can get the final report in by May 31st, because the application for next year is June 15th. So really need to start using that money. So you cannot carry over the money. So if you don't use the money, you got to return it to the district so that someone else can use it. You cannot carry it over. Okay, so you got to use it. So if you budgeted for RILA, you have a grant application for RILA, and you're not sending people, or your RILA is not this year, you got to repurpose it and get an approval for a new purpose, or use it on one of the other purposes that you have. Because if the purpose is already approved, you can add money to it. Okay, so any questions on the grants? Oh, good. Okay, so cannot carry over grant money, gotta use it. Oh, Randy, let's talk about February 23rd is Rotary's birthday, yeah? So if the clubs can do something in their meetings about promoting Rotary, having birthday cake or singing happy birthday Rotary or something just to highlight Rotary's birthday, that would be great.
Thanks, Naomi. Well, one of the things that I was going to mention was Rotary's birthday. So, we all like to celebrate. So let's celebrate Rotary's birthday. I mean, we're all Rotarians. Let's have a little fun with it. You can do trivia games, whatever, on that day or that week. So just have a little fun with it. Along those same lines, April is Rotarians at Work Day. Very important that you all kind of figure out what you want to do. Doesn't have to necessarily be on a particular day. It would be great if it's in April. So the more things that we do also collectively with Rotarians at Work today makes for a much bigger PI than whenever we're doing things individually. So don't feel like you have to come up with a project yourself. Jump on the bandwagon and with somebody like Alan there that's they're cleaning the path and I got to brag on Alan a little bit, but he's out and he's got the Navy hopefully going to participate, so we're going to have a huge number out there for that event and stuff, but it's all thanks to my Army Reserve buddy Alan's initiative to make things happen out there. We don't have it all together yet, but Alan's put forth a lot of effort to make it happen. And it's just one example of many of doing things collectively instead of individually. So think about that for April and Rotarians at Work Day. Just wanted to briefly go back to Kelsey's question about Hanaho presidents, and I agree with everything that Benson mentioned. I do think that it's important to have an event. You don't have to call it an installation. You can call it whatever you want to, but it kicks off the new year, with a burst of energy, some fellowship, which we all know is key to retaining members. So you kick off the year with a Hanaho president, and Mark is so lucky to have so many Hanaho presidents because you guys bring so much experience to the table that I think it's awesome. So have a little fun with it, and induct your new board if you have any new board members, or heck, just celebrate the year that you just have, and it's a great opportunity to talk about your goals and your plans and everything for the following year. You already got your goals together and stuff. Great venue to present that to the club on what your goals are and how you plan to get there. So Benson also mentioned attrition a little bit. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit as you're putting your goals together, or as your PEs are putting their goals together. And by the way, you folks did a fantastic job in putting your goals into Rotary Club Central for this year. I think we may be the only district in zone where all 53 clubs put their goals into Rotary Club Central. Need to pass that momentum off to your incoming PEs, because that's a fantastic accomplishment when every one of the clubs got their goals in there. And you've heard me talk about it before. Personally, I don't think that you can make things happen unless you put it in writing. And whenever you commit to a goal and you take the time to enter it in a Rotary Club Central, you've committed to that goal. Some will pick an easy goal that you've accomplished over the last few years. that's okay. At least you put a goal in there. Myself, I like a more challenging goal, one that chances are I may not get there, but if I do, it's going to be a huge celebration. And of course, my number one goal was membership in a 10% net gain in the district. I don't know that we'll be able to see that by the time district conference rolls around 19 to 21 May, because we want to push all the way to the end. But there'll be a huge celebration, and I will owe all of you a libation of your choice if we do hit that 140 mark, which I think, you know, is very much doable. And now's the time to build the momentum on membership. You know, we're in the home stretch. You know, once it starts happening, it just starts happening, and you know, they're knocking at your door, especially if you're doing some PI things and people can see what you're doing, and they want to be a part of, you know, your organization. It's doing great things both locally and internationally. And actually, the last thing I've got is I do have a few district shirts left. Unfortunately, I only have one woman's shirt left, and it's a small. But I do have some men's large shirts. If anybody's looking for a district shirt, I still do have some district shirts left. I don't have any of your size, Dave.
Well, I want to let you know that I also have a 3X large woman's shirt that I just don't like buttoning that way. So I'll send it. I'll give it to anybody who wants it. Brand new in the bag, but for some reason they didn't realize it was a woman's shirt when they sent it to me, and I looked at it and going, "Wait a minute, this is weird." But hey, if anybody needs a large woman's shirt, I've got one, brand new in the package.
Well, what a deal.
Going cheap. You can wear it as a jacket.
What kind of questions do we have out there? You know, from anybody about what we kicked around? You know, carte blanche, anything is available. You know, we'll just kick things around unless Naomi or Benson have something else.
We were thinking of doing a breakout so that we can work on the map.
Oh, okay.
So we can go to questions first and then do a breakout.
So if you don't ask questions, then that means Naomi's going to put you in a breakout room and put you to work. So ask some dumb questions. I don't care.
Hey, Randy, this is Nathan.
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, how's it? Sorry, just still in the car. Is there still space available in the golf tournament?
Mr. Doug
is
Adams is the chair.
Yeah.
And I think
Nathan, right now, if you signed up tonight, Nathan, you and I would make two that have signed up.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sign up, Doug, because I'm coming over early to do that on Friday. So
that'll be great. Then at least I know now that I can play. Good.
fantastic. All right. Sounds like a deal. Thanks, guys.
And oh, by the way, I've got the trophy in my garage that I will gladly hand off to one of the two of you if we don't get more than two players.
I think Jonathan's raising his hand.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hi, I had a question. I know Naomi mentioned the unused grant money. Is that only D5000 or is it international grant money? Define grants.
Oh, sorry, it's a district grant, so it's for the local projects that
Okay,
you did the application for.
then we can reassign the monies that we underspent on a program
If you
in this year.
Yeah, you can reassign it to a project that is already approved on one of the other applications. But if it's a brand new purpose, you need to get an approval first. So you send the revised application to grants@rotaryd5000.org and wait for an approval.
And
Jonathan,
Okay.
yeah, that's a really good question. And it kind of leads over into global grants. And the thing to know about global grants is they may not execute this year, but if you committed to a global grant, then you need to make sure that your PE is aware that you committed to that global grant, even though you didn't execute it this year. It's still on the club for execution next year. And, and a good example is, our PG project that we may not execute by the time 30 June rolls around. So it may fall into next year. But, the key takeaway there is on global grants is the commitment carries over. Hi, Mariko.
Related to the district conference, is the trip to Subaru Telescope on? Is it in the district website?
Yeah, I believe so. It should be on the district website.
Okay.
They've got a trip to Volcano and a trip to the I don't know if they're going to be able to go all the way to the summit because there's so many DLNR restrictions anymore on going to the summit. But they'll definitely be going up to the visitor center, which is right below the summit.
Okay, thank you.
Dave.
Yeah, Naomi, on the district grants, for those people that are using some district grants for an international project and not a global grant, the same thing holds true for those too. That money needs to be spent this fiscal year, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I
Correct.
just wanted
Thank
to
you.
make sure that was clarified. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask another question about the grant?
Sure.
So the grant qualification deadline for next year was January 31st, right? So I don't know if my clubs have submitted the information. Could you, maybe Randy or Naomi, let us know?
So I sent the spreadsheet to Mark, and so Mark is supposed to get it to the incoming AGs because those are being signed by the PE and the PN, right?
Okay.
So I can let you know about if the current AGs want that list too, so you can help follow up. I'll send it to current AGs. Well,
Okay.
you're next year's AG, so Mark.
No, I'm not.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Okay, so
Wendy must have received it. Okay.
but I can send it to this year's AGs too.
Oh, that's okay.
So do we have time for a breakout?
Kathleen, did you want to talk about the girls empowerment event that's taking place on Oahu?
Oh, no need. There'll be more information to come out, but I just figured while people are talking about calendars, then I just wanted people to mark that in, that there will be an event at noontime. That the girls empowerment, if you go to our website, there is a tab. And so that's a little committee that's working together, and we are working on an event that will be on Oahu. So April
Thanks,
15th.
Kathleen.
Yep, thank you.
Hey, Roz, you want to talk about Polio Plus Walk at the district conference? No?
And Randy, can I just ask one other thing? You said that House of Friendship for the convention or for the district conference, there are booths available still.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
the tables available, and then
Tables.
we're doing the poster boards also to be able to show some of the significant things that projects that we've done during the year. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm ready now. Can you hear me? I'm ready.
We can hear you.
Okay, good. I hope everyone is on this call, every one of you. 27 people are going to sign up for the polio walk, which is going to be at this fabulous district conference coming up in May. And the cost is, I think it's $50. It's on the 20th, and at 6:30 in the morning. So how many of you want to sign up right now? I think everybody's hand should be up. Dave, that's not your hand.
Well, it depends on how much I do of this the night before.
Doesn't matter. You're sober out walking. Don't worry. Okay, the site's up, and just go in and register. We're gonna have a fun time for sure.
You get a breakfast, so Dave, just sign up and you can just go for the Subway sandwich. You don't have to walk, just sign up.
Yes, he does.
And Connie's got her hand up.
Hi, I just wanted to announce that the Big Island is also having a girls empowerment event. That one is March 5, Sunday. It's at the Ark of Hilo, and we're gonna do an afternoon ladies tea. So it's fun. It's gonna be fun because we're gonna have like facilitators, and we're gonna have breakout sessions, and some of the subjects we'll be talking about. And it's more, this event is to raise awareness for Rotarians of ways that we can empower girls and challenges that they go through. So some of it, we're going to do sex trafficking. Another one is going to talk about bullying. We're going to have special needs, talk about girls with special needs, and a couple others that we haven't figured out what the speakers haven't figured out what they're going to talk about. We're going to do feminine hygiene product bag put togethers. That's not the right word. I don't know what the right word is, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, we're going to put them together. But anyway, it's going to be a good time. We'll be had by all. And we're saying ladies only, but you know, we'll take some girly men too. We don't care. But anyway, so if anybody from the Big Island, especially the West Side, Benson, thank you. You just sent out a sign up genius for us. So you guys, if you have questions, you can either call or email myself or Susie Osborne, who's on this call as well, and Kat from South Hilo, and then ask us any questions you might have. That's it. Thanks.
Just for Maui, we are planning an event, the girls' event on March 11th with Della Nakamoto and Joanne Laird leading it. We will send the details, more details to the Maui president soon.
And Susie has her hand up.
Sorry, just 2 more Genki ball making sessions on Saturday, March 4th, the day before our tea at 1 to 3 with Hiro Naga from the Genki Aloi at the Kuokala Greenhouse. And again on Earth Day or Rotarians at Work Day, April 22nd, 1 to 3 and a ball toss at 4. So mark your calendars. Mahalo.
Please send out emails about that. I know we get 20 trillion emails, but I can't. That at least would help. Those dates on the Genki balls, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Can do.
If anyone has an event that you want to publicize, please send that so we can put that in the newsletter too. And if you're looking for volunteers, or if Jerry, if your event is open to anybody, please, if you want to put it in the newsletter, please send me the information on how to sign up. Okay, so, hey,
Naomi, should we just send you an email?
Yeah.
About, okay, because we got our big rummage sale coming up.
Okay.
I gotta throw something out about the rummage sale, which is very interesting. I was just happened to be going for anybody that Nextdoor, that Nextdoor app. And I'm just surfing through it and seeing what's, who's lost their dog and who's complaining about strange people around. And there's one woman said, well, I got a bunch of stuff I got to give away. Anybody know where I should give it or whatever, something, Goodwill or something? I'm like, yeah, give it to my Rotary Club. We're having this great rummage sale. Well, lo and behold, I went to her house, which was, right up near in the Kahala area, up Mauka side, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. And I put an ad up on the, on Nextdoor. So aside from Facebook and, whatever else, consider something like this Nextdoor app. I don't know about LinkedIn or all these other ones. There's too many, but that one, I thought, well, there's another venue to advertise. And lo and behold, and not only that, but then I got a guy who called me up and said, I saw this on Nextdoor. I got a whole bunch of stuff. My mother just passed away and we're emptying out her apartment. So I'm like, okay, let's arrange for somehow to get that to our rummage sale, which is February 25th, the last day in February. We're setting it up the night before. I'll send out an email to you, Naomi, so you can post it. But it's just a heads up that there are, aside from Facebook and Twitter, consider Nextdoor to advertise an event or request volunteers or whatever. That's all.
Well, unless anybody else has questions, that's good questions and information that popped up. We're within 3 minutes of our allotted hour.
Can we have a 3-minute breakout meeting?
Only for you, Dave.
Would be really hot for a breakout, Dave. We can hang on. Anybody wants can hang on after the meeting's over, I would think.
That's where all the fun happens.
Yeah.
I did want to say thanks for all of you showing up this Monday evening. We've got about 4 of these left before the end of the year, and then I see my good friend DGE Mark is on the call. You have anything, Mark? We've been talking about your PEs and stuff a little bit this evening, trying to encourage the presidents to do a good handoff. I've invited them all to get on your calendar for their installation. So you may have a whole bunch coming up, Val.
That'd be great. We had a fantastic president-elect training seminar, and our clubs are going to be in good hands as you transition from your leadership to next year's leadership. I think they're excited, they're energized, they did a great job in Los Angeles attending PETS. And those of you that are serving this year and continuing to serve next year, very grateful for your service to make sure your club stays strong. We have a good team that's getting in place for the upcoming Rotary year, and I appreciate your help as we initiate really our transition from this year into next year. So whatever Randy says, I'll do it.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you being on the call. It is now 7 o'clock. Y'all have a good rest of your evening, a great month, and we'll see you about the same time again next month if I'm not visiting your club. So a number of clubs I'm visiting. So continue to push membership. We'll get to that 140 mark, and then libations for everybody. So have a great evening, everybody.
Thank you. Aloha.
Aloha, everybody.